If you think you're somebody and you're watching these anonymously because the government will put them out there but doesn't do the numbers right, if you think you're important, you're not. What makes us important is our capacity to be humble and our capacity to be caring and kind. You know, like Jesus talked about charity, that your charity should be, anonymous. And when you do things right, you understand, life is eternal, this essence is infinite. You share, care, give in accordance to need, and you build to last. Now, philanthropy is going to be eradicated by technology. Technology doesn't need to rapidly. Technology is intelligent, okay? So you don't need 500, that's, what's his face? What's that guy's name? George Lucas's imagination, okay? When you have the ouch time and the clones and the drones and the, you know what I mean? You don't make an army full of murderers. That makes you less safe and less capable of sustaining needs. It destroys everything you need and is insane. Okay, so when you have technology, it's not how many robots you have or how good, it's just basically how efficient is your understanding and intelligence. Or do you understand? I was walking to go check the mail, and Jesus was talking to me and telling me, there's not going to be, I'm watching the Wayans brothers, and it's like there's not going to be any comedy for money, and people, going to comedy clubs in a car to be distracted. What's funny is just, there probably won't even be annoying because I won't have to be online talking people out of genocide and human trafficking. Okay? So what were you doing on the computer? You don't need to meet people outside of your when you're not trying to become famous, you're not trying to attract attention. You're not going to go out looking for people that you think are, outstanding, talented, very sexy, very this and that. It's human beings are going to be healthier, and the environment is going to be healthier, and we're going to your time is going to be appreciated more, and you're going to appreciate it with just people, usually just 14 people know who you are and appreciate you. It's better than being Heil Hitler, right? So you fill an arena full of people that are distracted and have mental and emotional and psychological instabilities. You can have a popularity contest to vote over how you manipulate people with money. It's not mattering anymore. Technology is rapidly changing from IBM Watson that they had. You see what I'm saying? And so the technology is becoming as intelligent as Pascal, Jiddu Krishnamurti, Haile Selassie. They're people that are similar to myself. Okay, and when the people that were studying me were studying my brain activity, they were competing with me, and I won't compete with them because it's not intelligent. That's why I dropped out of college, because philanthropy is genocidal. And I thought, well, all the smart people are going to fix that. I didn't realize at the time that I was one of the most intelligent people in the world. I always knew I was pretty sharp, pretty, pretty sharp cookie. I always knew I was pretty intelligent. I just had no idea, I had no clue really, until Sierra Vista back in 2008 and 9, just how intelligent I was. Because I had people that thought they were intelligent competing with me and comparing themselves to me. And I realized they weren't even intellectually capable of being humble enough to have a intelligent conversation with me. And a lot of them still don't, Like that one gentleman with that lady from China that, she works with people with disabilities. And they said a lot of the, like Sheldon and Kripke and all them, they are very disabled, and they are, like that rocket scientist, I'm a rocket scientist, you're a liar. It's like, no, I'm not. And I'm not. And you can deny it all you want, but I'm real, and my life was, looked forward to and studied and communicated, more people, okay, have attempted to communicate with me, okay, before I was born than any other person on the face of the planet, okay? Because before Jesus was born, it was just a small region of the Middle East, okay? Do you understand? By the time my birth, July 19th, 1966 had come around, the communication of the one who's like King David and people trying to communicate with him. More people were attempting to communicate with me before my birth than anybody in the history of the world. Okay, because the Indians do things differently, and the Chinese do things differently. With the understanding of Confucius and the understanding of Krishna and Siddhartha, the Buddha, right? The way it's the reason why more people are focused on me is because of the ego of someone like Constantine or King James and the popes. Okay, it's the ego problems. And saying in the East they don't have. Oh yeah, they are huge ego problems in China. In Japan, Hirohito was a terrible person. And the people that are still in business that are a lot like him are terrible people. And the people, Chiang Kai-shek and Mao Zedong were terrible people. The people that murdered Sun Yat-sen, and the people that are in business operations right now that are a lot like Chiang Kai-shek and Mao Zedong are terrible human beings. They're horrible. They will do manipulative, home invasive, horrible things to remain in what they perceive as power. And the people here in the United States that play politics are just like the people in China and Japan and throughout Europe and in the Middle East. There's nowhere on the planet where that disease of egotism and selfishness hasn't infested. It's just horrible. Look at the weather. Feel the weather. And you walk down. I go down this ditch, right, because we still have that dam, because of archaic buildings and archaic industries and stuff. That water is stagnant. Okay. In ancient times, when water came down, you could pump it out of the ground, but it wouldn't be stagnant like it is now. The temperatures would be radically different. The reason why our temperatures would change and get different and not get as large a bunch of us would get together and clear cut forest and burn down trees to stay warm and not build to last. Very few people, okay, do things like Confucius and Solomon and Muhammad and David and Jesus and so very few people in the world are as humble and as intelligent as those people that they base religions and philosophies off of. One of the things that really helped was just the humility, okay, of the Chinese people. They're not all like that. You can't lump them into a group and say these are brilliant, genius people. No, they've accepted a very oppressive, racially structured, you can't. There's not a lot of people. You go to China, like United States, you got this big melting pot of a bunch of different people. In China, most of them are Chinese. Okay, you have the Cantonese and the Mandarins and so forth, but there's not a lot of different types of genetics. Okay, the genetics are all very similar. Same with Japan. Okay, because those regions are very structured and they're very much you can't come and breed in and stuff. So the thought process is when something is good, okay, it works well. But when something is bad, it's extraordinarily oppressive, like the Good Earth and bounding the women's feet and just the horrible things that happen in those type of oppressive. India and China and other places, it's more oppressive. Okay, in the West, there's more violent conflict through competition. They open up the competition, and you fight like hell to win. Okay, where like on the Big Bang Theory, no, we don't give our poor any hope at all. Their lives are going to be miserable, and then they get magic solutions after they're dead. Of course, we do that too, but not a lot of people buy the bullshit here anymore. There, you have to buy the bullshit. If you don't buy the bullshit, they'll kill you. Here, you don't have to buy the bullshit. They won't kill you if you don't buy the bullshit. You just find new bullshit to keep the fight going over the bullshit. So it's pretty stupid. I'm gonna let this one load up. We'll talk some more tomorrow. But you gotta believe in the reality and the science of understanding of religion being explained by the people that are a part of it, and not the people that have manipulated it. Constantine, you can't believe it. You can't trust him. You can't trust the Vatican. You can't trust the Quorum. You can't trust corporations. You can't trust Scientology. You can't trust people like that. You can only trust people that are understanding in the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. Okay. So right now, there's very few people you can trust. But you can trust me, and I'm the guy, Earl, born of Ralph Meyer, and do. So we'll get this done. I'm going to go, y'all. We'll talk tomorrow, okay? Peace out.